Hello, everyone. Esteemed judges, fellow educators, and viewers, welcome to our presentation under the theme of Teaching Beyond Boundaries, Amazing Innovation in Future Classroom. Today, we are thrilled to introduce you to Project F23, the Arguessay Evaluator, a comparative evaluation of automated essay scoring across platforms, Custom GPT, Claude Project, Gemini Gems, and human evaluation. In educational settings, grading essay is notoriously subjective, time-consuming, and resource-intensive. With the explosion of artificial intelligence, educators are asking whether can AI grade accurately and fairly as you and I do as the human lecturer. Our project sets to answer exactly that question through a comparative evaluation of AES, or automated essay scoring, across three major platforms benchmarked directly against expert human evaluation. Before I dive into the data, I would like to acknowledge the dedicated team behind this research from University Malaysia Kelantan, and this project was brought to life by Sohaida Omar, Hasna Abdul Kadir, Liana Ahmad Alfif, and myself, Farhan. Together, we bring a blend of expertise in linguistics, education, and educational technology to ensure this research is both rigorous and practically applicable to modern classrooms, especially in English as second language ESL settings. At the heart of our project is the concept of scoring alignment. On one side, we have generative AI platforms, powerful computational models capable of natural language processing, or as you call it, NLP. And on the other side, we have human judgment, expert nuance, and empathetic evaluation. The sweet spot we are aiming for is right in the middle, consistent evaluation outcomes. We wanted to see if these cutting-edge AI tools can truly replicate the reliability and the depth of human essay grading. To achieve this, we developed the Arguessay Evaluator framework. The architecture is designed to be seamless and pedagogical. It begins with the essay input module, where the user submits the argumentative essay. The text then moves into a pre-processing module, where it is cleaned and segmented. Next is the core brain, the argument structure analyzer. This module specifically detects thesis statements, claims, evidence, and counterarguments. The text then flows into the scoring and feedback engine, which evaluates each component and generates highly personalized constructive feedback. Finally, the results are displayed on a user dashboard. Notice the loop at the bottom. This allows for an iterative process where students can receive feedback, revise their work, and resubmit when necessary, promoting a more continuous improvement. Of course, an AI is only as good as its instruction. We didn't just ask the AI to grade this essay, we engineered a highly detailed rubric condition prompt. As you can see here, we strictly define the AI's role and marking philosophy. In fact, our custom GPT is trained and fine-tuned with 152 essay scripts. We instructed it to prioritize the clarity of argument, logical expressions, and communicative effectiveness rather than over-penalizing minor grammatical mistakes, mirroring how a fair human ESL lecturer actually grades. We provide explicit guidelines for specific score bands across content, language, and organization, ensuring the AI outputs its evaluation in a standardized API format. To ensure our study was comprehensive, we didn't limit ourselves to just one model. We deployed this exact same rubric and prompt framework across three leading frontier models. We utilized Anthropic's Claude with 3.5 Sonnet model, known for its nuanced understanding of human text, and of course, Google's Gemini Gems. And by testing across Custom GPT, Claude Project, and Gemini Gems, we ensured that our findings reflect the current state of generative AI as a whole, rather than the quirks of a single platform, which is the finding that we've promisingly presented during IUCell and also ITeLiC 2025 last year. And this brings us to our project objective. to investigate the extent to which three generative AI-based evaluators align with human judgment in assessing undergraduates' argumentative essay. We really wanted to move past anecdotal evidence and bring statistical rigor to the question of AI grading. So why is this research necessary right now? Well, it's because educators are now facing an absolute overload of technology. As of mid 2026, there are nearly 2 million public AI models and over 3,500 notable frontier models from tech giants like Google, Meta, and OpenAI. And these models possess multi-layered architectures with billions of parameters, and for the average educators like you and I, or the institution, this can be really overwhelming. The problem here is no longer finding an AI. The problem now is knowing which AI actually works for educational assessments without hallucinating or grading unfairly. So this is where the originality of the Arguessay evaluator shines. Given many automated essay scorings or AES awarded score based on inferred potential, a reliable score must be earned through evidence. We aren't just looking off the shelf AI, we connect the four crucial pillars here. Advanced reasoning, which is leveraging large language models to intercept deep meaning and rhetoric, not just on surface level grammar. Second is the rubric condition evaluation. We try to get the AI to trying the AI strictly to specific educator approved criteria. The third would be on the locally relevant training to ensure that the evaluation reflects the specific context of English as second language, ESL learners in our institution. And the fourth one, which is the most important one, is the reliability of the scoring and feedback itself. We try to translate the computational output into a transparent, actionable advice for the students. Let's take a look at the data. Our first research objective was to analyze the distribution of scores, specifically the skewness and kurtosis between the human rater and the three AI models. Looking at table 2, we can see a fascinating difference. The human rater had a highly positive skew with a z-score of 3.093, meaning the human scores tended to cluster on the lower end of the scale. Conversely, the AI models, particularly custom GPT and Claude, lean slightly negative, grading a bit more generously and capturing a more natural distribution curve. This shows that the AI, while the AI applies the rubric consistently, it lacks the inherent strictness or fatigue, as you like, that human raters sometimes exhibit. Our second objective was to measure the reliability. Are these tools actually consistent when put together? The answer is a resounding yes. If you look at the table 3, our reliability analysis yielded a Cronbach alpha of 0.863 across four rating items. Anything above zero point 0.8 is considered highly reliable. Furthermore, looking at the intra-class correlation coefficient, ICC, in table 4, the average measures hit 0.817 with a p-value of 0.000. And this statistically proves that there is a strong, significant agreement across the board. The AI models are not just generating random numbers, they are highly synchronized with the core rubric. Now, for our most crucial finding, Objective 3, where we measured the group differences between the human rater and each specific AI model. Now, if you look closely at Table 6, you will see something remarkable. For Hypothesis 2, the Claude, and the Hypothesis 3, Gemini, the p-values were 0.000 and 0.003 respectively. This means we accept the hypothesis that there are significant differences between how human grades and how Claude and Gemini grade. However, interestingly, if you look at hypothesis 1, human versus custom GPT, the p-value is 0.054. And because of this is above zero point zero 0.05 threshold, we must reject the hypothesis. So what does this mean? It means statistically, there is no significant difference between the scores given by the human rater and our custom GPT model. The custom GPT, engineered with our Arguessay prompt, has successfully, to an extent, replicated human grading behavior. We are very happy with that. Now, the value this adds to the educational ecosystem is massive. Workload optimization drastically reduce instructor while improving grading consistency. The deep rhetorical assessment, it does not just check on the spelling, but also evaluates argumentation and evidence quality. We are also looking onto the evidence-based calibration, where it ensures AI grades are grounded in observable rubric evidence, and comprehensive feedback, equally important, where students receive immediate, detailed feedback, allowing them to learn at their own pace. And of course, the institutional integration, where this is designed to plug effortlessly into existing learning management system like Moodle. We'll also look onto the ethical AI governance by trying to keep it strict on the prompt constraint, because we need to maintain the data privacy and drastically reduce AI bias. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a theoretical concept. The Arguessay is feasible and ready. That is what we believe in. And we know that when AI is properly calibrated and trained, it could yield a result that is aligned to human evaluator based on the data that we've gathered in this project. And we have successfully completed our initial deployment and validation phases. And according to the Grassroots Innovation Mapping, GIM, we are in the process of getting to achieve the TRL5, and this means that the technology has been thoroughly validated in a relevant environment, and in this case, a real undergraduate essay set. Now, while there are certainly challenges ahead, our timeline looks positively promising. Ultimately, we are aiming to develop a dedicated Moodle plugin for the Arguessay Evaluator, and this would allow seamless click and play integration directly into the learning management system that university like UMK already in use. So concurrently, we are also exploring the software as a service as a S deployment model for the near future, perhaps making it more accessible to independent educators and also private institutions. As we move towards commercialization and widespread adoption, we will constantly thrive on user feedback, iterative model fine-tuning, and robust technical partnership. Our goal is to ensure that the Arguessay Evaluator doesn't just adapt to the future classroom, but actively shapes it. The innovativeness of our approach has already been widely recognized by the academic and tech community. In 2025 alone, these projects secured a gold medal at the Creative and Innovative Research Carnival, a silver award at IUCell, and dual bronze award at INCLIP and ITeLiC. Furthermore, our methodology is being published as a book chapter by UNIMAP in collaboration with Majlis Dekan Bahasa Kebangsaan, and the intellectual property has been successfully filed with the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, MyIPO. To conclude, the future classroom is not about replacing teachers with AI. It is about empowering teachers with tools like this, the Arguessay Evaluator, breaking boundaries of time and resources, and providing our students with the immediate, high-quality feedback they deserve. With that, I thank you for your time and attention. Thank you.